Tonight, we continue our Black History tribute with a look at the historic Tupelo community known as Shake Rag. WTVA's Wayne Herford joins us live in his studio with a closer look at how it affected the lives of those who live there and its importance to the city of Tupelo's history. Wayne?
Historians say it was a 60-acre tract of land that was home to 169 families. It lasted for 50 years and was built around 1910 as a home for freed slaves. They called it Shake Rag.
I most remember about, we call it across the track by the time that I had grown up. And what I remembered was the fellowship of community.
It was unity, it was neighborly, and everybody was concerned about your children, but it wasn't all good and it wasn't all bad.
This is a film of Shake Rag, shot sometime in the 1960s by a city worker named Blue Long, who was over the Tupelo Housing Authority. Marion Smith and Leroy Springer were relatives who both called it home.
Shake Rag, you call it. We had everything there. We didn't need to leave the neighborhood for anything. We had our own bars, our own cultures, our own dances, our own sorts of music.
So this was a thriving community even in the, the turn of the century, the 1920s.
Boyd Yarbrough is an Oren-Dunn Museum volunteer who says the Cadence Bank Arena and some of the areas around it are where Shake Rag once stood. Now this is Elizabeth Street on the east side, the back side, if you will, of the Cadence Bank Arena. Also the east border, I'm told, of Shake Rag. As it sits, the east side would have been very easy for a young guy, say Elvis Presley, to wander into and take in all of the life that went on here.
If you saw the film, the Elvis film, where it's intercut between him peeking in the juke joint and going to the tent revival, Sam Bell told me that story for the first time in 2005. That absolutely happened.
But sadly, Shake Rag was burned to the ground in the 1960s to make way for a government program known as Urban Renewal.
I was away that summer. I was in St. Louis with my aunt, and so when I came back, it was gone, and so it was like just something sort of devastating in a way. But because, and in another way, they had told us that it was going to be rebuilt.
Now, many of the Shake Rag residents were provided homes in the Tupelo Housing Authority on North Green Street. Others moved elsewhere after the burning of Shake Rag. You can see that film on Shake Rag in its entirety Thursday night at 6 p.m. at the Gumtree Arts Museum in Tupelo. There will also be a Q&A and a discussion afterwards about what happened. Now, by the way, the Oren-Dunn Museum will present the What Happened to the Class of 1940 that we talked about last week. That will happen next Monday night at the Oren-Dunn Museum. Reporting live in the studio, Wayne Herford, WTVA 9 News.